Hi, my name is Kiki and I'm a relationship and life coach and a family law mediator. I'd love for you to have a look at my video where I explain why it is so difficult to change and how the mind and body work. I'll have a link posted here. If you listen to that video, this one will make a lot more sense. Because in this video, I'm going to teach you how to reframe your brain and get rid of past experiences that are holding you back. Everything you experience, everything you hear, you see, you touch, you smell, everything is filed. So when you see something, no matter how fast you close your eyes, you saw it. You cannot unsee it. Your brain is a filing cabinet. And if you go through a traumatic experience, that goes straight into your filing system in your brain and it's stored in your subconscious mind. And even with time, the file gets closed and packed away, but it is still there. And the only way to clean that file is either before the age of 7 through therapy. And just by finding this video, I guess it puts you right out of the 7-year-old category. The other is through this method that I'm about to teach you. When you feel fear or anxiety or anger or any strong emotional reaction, we all get taught to move it aside, to keep yourself busy, join a gym, go on medication. No one tells us to stay in the moment and experience your bodily impulses, just because it's too painful. But if you don't work them out of the way, they are still there. Do you think if you overtake a car on the highway, it's gone? No, it's still there. You just can't see it. So we think moving forward after a traumatic experience is the answer. It's not. You need to stay in the moment. And I know it sounds crazy now, but it'll make more sense in a little while. So let's say you suffer from anxiety that started as a fear of abandonment when your parents forgot to pick you up from school. Back then, you had fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear that something happened to them. Where are they? What happened? How am I going to get home? Is it safe where I am? All these emotional reactions caused the brain to make screenshots, and it was filed in your subconscious. And every time you recall the event, you produce the same chemicals in your brain and body, as if the event is occurring at that specific moment. Let me use my own personal example. I, the coach, I know, have been struggling with low self-esteem for years. I pointed it in the direction of cheating boyfriends when in fact, I realized through my research that it started way long before that. When I was 10 years old and it was my first day of spring in a new school. And in my old school, we used to dress up in civvies on the first day of spring. So I did just that in my new school, which happened to not be the case in that school. What I did is I wore purple pants and a white t-shirt and a purple sleeveless shirt over the white shirt, and I tied it to the knot on the side so you can see my white shirt sticking out. Anyway, the reason I remember this so clearly is because it was so traumatic. Not the dress up, but what happened afterwards. Because everyone started asking why the outfit. And I could feel their eyes on me. Everyone had comments. And I could take it up to a point where I started hiding in class over break. So my teacher, Mrs. Dawn, she was a sweetie. She took me to a storeroom where they had old clothes for the less privileged to just go get a school uniform. Only one of them fit. I did not have a lot of choices. I might just add that I was Miss Chubby. And this one was light, bleached, and it was so soft. Obviously worn to the brim, but it was so soft. Those dresses were straight at the top and then pleated at the bottom. And unfortunately, this one had a hole in it. There, at the back where it connected. And you could see my arsenal. That created quite a stir, needless to say. So now when I think back, I cannot remember one day before that specific day where I was self-conscious. But I do remember a hell of a lot of times after that day that I used to stand a certain way to look skinnier, and I know how self-conscious I was. I suddenly became aware of my flaws, my weight, my skin, everything. And that day was my point of reference where many other life-changing decisions originated from. So through this method, I managed to overcome this issue by going back to that specific file and cleaning it. Today, I can look in the mirror. I still don't think I'm pretty, but I realize that I don't have to be beautiful to accept who I was made to be. And I see how many of my past decisions originated from that specific day as a purple bomb. My choices in boyfriends, friends, missed opportunities just because of low self-esteem. But when I cleared that file, I realized that I do have potential to chase my dreams and to be strong and independent, and I don't have to rely on other people's opinions about me. So now that you understand the impact one situation can have on your life, let me go through the process with you. Dr. David Grand shared these powerful words. Where you look affects how you feel. So let's test it. I don't believe in words. I want to see the proof. I'm a visual kind of person. So I'm going to ask you, think of something that irritated you yesterday. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Think of something that irritated you yesterday. Notice how your eyes went to a certain place. Mine went down to the side. When you look there, the picture you have of that moment is vivid and crystal clear. If I ask you to look at another place and think of it again, if I had to look there and think of it again, the memory's gone. It might be faded, but mine's gone. Now the spot where the memory is clear, that is called the activation spot. So keep that in mind. That is our starting point. It's just like staring. When you find yourself staring at the ground and then some idiot comes and snaps their fingers in front of your face. So frustrating, I know. And you just can't go back to that state of processing. They broke it. You ever wonder what kids are thinking about when they just stare? It's the mind's state of processing. So your body is your subconscious mind. The body has no idea what is reality and what are your thoughts. As I said in the video about why change is so difficult, your body will react to memories as if the event is occurring at that moment. So if you find your activation spot and you get a clear memory, let's say I think of something that happened that made me angry. I feel some compression on my breathing. I'd maybe feel restless legs. So now this is what I want you to do. I want you to leave that memory now. We just use that memory to activate the bodily impulses. So now your body is activated. I want you to focus on your body now. Every symptom. Let's say focus on your heart rate. How high is it? Give it a score from 1 to 10, 10 being very high. Let's say mine is a 6 out of 10. So now I keep concentrating on my heart rate and all my other bodily impulses. Don't focus on the story, just on my body. And the moment you get everything down to a 1, where you feel restless legs stopped, you feel calmer. Now you go back to that memory. Go back to your activation spot and recall the memory again. If there's a slight increase in your bodily reactions, go back to those steps until you get to a point where you can think of that memory, but it does not trigger any impulses in your body. That is how you clear your files. Now, I gotta say, if you are dealing with inhumane emotional reactions, like a parent who lost their child, maybe someone with suicidal tendencies or something similar, I would suggest you rather find a professional near you, as this is not effective enough for you. Also, using this method the day after a horrific accident or a massive emotional reaction is too soon. But the sooner you can start to handle your past in this way, the better. I know they say time heals all wounds. Bull. Working through it heals your wounds. Time, on the other hand, waits for no one. So stay in it, work through it, clear the file, and then throw it away. That's how we deal with it. Thank you for watching. Please give it a like, and if you want to see more of my videos, please hit the subscribe button. And if you have any questions, send me an email or type it in the comment section below, and I will answer them for you in a video just like this one.